you live by bread alone, while most I finna burn your toast. Told your laws was done away, but pastors still collecting tithes. You think that it's small, but Christ told you that it's magnified. A 9 to 5, you seem to understand how to get your cash, but even when you read it, you can't see that sin to make you ash. Hotter than 7 suns, it's a 101, ain't nothing like it. It's getting heavier, megaton, burning Babylon. You just can't fight it. Galilee, the Gentiles, Naphtali and Zebulun. Transform into Megatron, fighting for my nation. You the Decepticon. I can see the fakes, hear the snakes. Christ get TGs on any J. When a nigga flake and he lead a flock, turn a gator bait in that burning lake. Ain't no water wings. It's a purge, it ain't sorta clean. Go to war and it's for the king. You wanna get them gates, then learn what order means, and that's real.
Call it what you wanna. We the prophets of the Most High, AKA Son of God is what we go by. We gon' be immortal. Hell no, we gon' never die. Christ be the King, Black Messiah coming from the sky. Call it what you wanna. We the prophets of the Most High, AKA Son of God is what we go.
Now we take it. Y'all get burnt like bacon. That fire blazing from that northwest down to Macon. From the east coast to the city called the Angels. I'ma paint the picture, let you know exactly what I'm saying. Jesus take the wheel, I know they plotting and gainsaying, trying to get me killed. They going back in chain, dark ages. This time it ain't ending. You about to receive your payment. Turning from my sin, cause I already know the wages. You can
call it what you wanna. We the prophets of the Most High. Excuse me. I never go back, give a damn what it bought me. Keeping the law, that example what a boss be. Housewife and kids, man, that what the truth cost me. Down that boy stupid on the cool, that what they call me. He sought me, eyes on the kingdom like a heartbeat. Killed the old man, cause that nigga was gon' cost me. Came as a nation, man, we leaving out the same way. Gave up the laws and we brought them things the same day. Told about them curses hard.
Welcome to Four Corners News. That's right, where the truth speaks. I am Captain Zakar. To my right,
Captain Tobias.
And to my left,
Captain Severus.
And to his left,
Captain Matt.
And to his left,
Officer Pat GL.
And last but not least, he don't have his mic on,
Oh,
but
amazing.
we make up Four Corners News. Bless his heart. It's at least one every week.
Last week was Officer Daniel.
Yeah, we got a special guest over here, Cap Matthew from Nowlands.
That's right.
One of the hosts of Precept Upon Precept.
That's right, Bible.
All praises. He gonna be on this show, then he gonna fly down to New Orleans and be back on they show.
Next year.
Next year. All praises. Y'all realize what he talking about when y'all realize it. All right. Hey, so let's get into the top story of the week, man. You know, the Lord has been visiting numerous times,
right,
back to back to back to back. And a lot of people don't know what it's for. You know, they call it hurricane season, but is it actually God's reason? Let's see. Let's pull up that first article. Read it.
Political news. It is hurricane season. DeSantis pushes back on climate's role in fueling stronger storms.
See, this is Esau's thought process of God's reason. They just call it hurricane season, talking about climate and things of that nature. Here's a proof of it. Read what's underneath that.
Check. Scientists say a warming planet caused by fossil fuels is creating warmer ocean temperatures, which is causing hurricanes to grow stronger.
Now, I want you to get Psalms chapter 14. This is what this is boiled down. When you see stuff where it says scientists say this, scientists say that, this is actually what it is. Give me that Psalms 14, verse 1.
Psalms chapter 14 and verse 1. The fool hath said in his heart, there is no God.
That's what they say. That's actually what they saying when they say scientists say because of global warming from fossil fuels. What the hell is this? You said the old-ass dinosaur bones is making the world heat up and causing, what they call it, climate change? Come on, man. Read that again for the people.
The fool hath said in his heart, there is no God.
Uh-huh.
They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good.
Now, why it say fool have said there is no God? Give me that in Timothy. Chapter 6, about what it say about scientists. Look what it says. 1 Timothy, I think it's chapter 6, right? Is that what we want?
Yes, sir.
Yep. Verse 20.
1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 20. O Timothy, keep that which I committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings.
But vain babbling is to say that every time hurricane season come around, it's the global warming, it's the fossil fuels that's heating up the earth. That's why they becoming more violent, more back to back. That's vain babbling, because Negroes will sit in the barbershop and go back and forth talking about damn climate change. Negroes, we don't even watch the news about the weather. We look outside and look at the sky. And we know if it's going to rain. Put your head outside.
I smell it in the air.
Right.
Yeah, it's about to rain.
My bones hurt. My knee show is hurt. It's going to rain later on today, this week.
Yeah,
I know it is.
Yeah.
And then it rained 3 weeks later. Our damn knee was hurting 3 weeks ago. Like, see, I told you it was going to rain. That was 3 weeks ago.
Eventually, yeah, it's going to rain. You're in Florida.
Right. Shoot, it rained for winter down here. Read that a bit again.
O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings.
That's that vain babbling is listening after these white folk when they talk about the weather. Go ahead.
And oppositions of science.
Of what?
Positions of science.
And of science will tell you the planet's heating up because of fossil fuels creating warmer oceans. That is science falsely so called. That is just Esau trying to explain God, because they, in their mind, they have said there is no God.
Right.
Yeah, they forgot something too, that during 2020, even a little bit into 2021, the earth was at rest. So nature had a time to relax, no, boats driving around, no cars. So nature started to get back to how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly right.
Pandemic, yeah.
Yep. When Negroes was in the house and wasn't driving around, yeah, you're right. It didn't help, did it? Them damn right after that, 3-4 years later, right behind you, right? Go to that next article. Let's see. So that's what we're talking about. Hurricane season or God's reason? Let's see what the last reasoning of God did when it came through here.
NBC News. Hurricane Milton. At least 14 deaths confirmed after monster storm slams into Florida. The dangerous storm spawned a tornado outbreak ahead of landfall. Millions were without power after the hurricane made landfall as a Category 3 storm.
Now check this out. It said 14 people dead. It's more missing, and the number has went up over that. And I think this article might have changed the number that was on this one. Now, when it says 14 people died right there, now this is how you know they don't believe in the Most High. Give me that the scripture in Psalms about God 96, I believe it is. He's talking about it. Let's see, Psalm 99. There we go. Let's see. Psalms chapter. What do I want here? Where is it? No, that ain't what I wanted. It's about the death. The issue. Where's that at? Yep, 68:20. There we go. Psalm 68:20. Let's read that.
Psalms chapter 68 and verse 20. He that is our God is the God of salvation. And unto God the Lord belong the issues from death.
Now, here's the thing you got to ask yourself, is whether you believe in God or not. You keep saying these is natural disasters, it's heating up, fossil fuel. Okay, so why did these people die when that came through if God is responsible for all death upon the earth? Is that just a happenstance or a coincidence? Or did God say, I'm going to send this tempest through this way and it's their time to go? Because what the world don't know about, especially scientists, when it comes to trying to put their finger on the hand of God, get that in Job chapter 14. Right. Job 14. Let's see what God say about death. 14. Let's read it. Let's start at verse 1.
Job chapter 14, verse 1. Man that is born of a woman is of a few days and full of trouble.
Full of trouble, because especially for the Israelite man. Because once we get on here, our life is full of travail. We groaning in the spirit, trying to get back to our kingship that we know that we belong in. We feel it in our spirit. We feel it when we get those microaggressions of racism from white folk. You feel it, your spirit be groaning. Our days is few days and full of trouble. Now jump down to verse 5.
Verse 5. Seeing his days are determined.
His days are determined. Go ahead.
The number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
That God said he cannot pass. Is that science? Is that global warming? No. The issues of death belong to the Most High. And this time around, go back to the article. Read that again from the top.
Hurricane Milton. At least 14 deaths confirmed after monster storm slams into Florida.
Whoever those people were, God said it was the time that they could not go past this day, this month. Their bound is set right here. And the storm came because it was their time to leave the earth. Go ahead, officer.
Yeah, going back to that climate change stuff about the storm. Go to Mark chapter 4, read verse 39. This is about Christ. You want to know about climate change, how it be changing? Read that.
Mark chapter 4 and verse 39. And he arose
While he was sleeping on the boat, he arose
and rebuked the wind and said unto the sea, Peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm.
Only God could change the climate. That's it.
That's proof right there. He controlled it right
That's
there.
it.
That's cold-blooded right there.
That's cold-blooded right there.
And even more, give me Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 6. Right? Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 6. Because you check. You read about like how Officer Pagiel just pulled, Christ can change whatever. Read this.
Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts.
You shall be visited who?
Of the Lord of hosts.
So this letting you know who is sending that storm. You shall be visited of the Lord of hosts. Read.
With thunder.
With thunder.
And with earthquake.
With earthquake.
And great noise.
And great noise. And what else?
With storm and tempest.
With storm and tempest.
Hit the ball. And the flame of devouring fire.
So when you see all of this stuff happening, y'all call it natural disasters. The Bible says you are being visited of the Lord of the armies of heaven.
And remind you, the water still didn't go down yet. It's still flooded. I just called my brother up this morning who's in Tampa. He said hotels didn't get flooded, but throughout the whole community, everything is flooded. No food, no nothing. Yeah.
We great. Get some of that, man. See if you can play that video real quick. Go ahead.
Where's the sound at?
At Minnesota Key, homes ripped apart and pushed off their foundations. Debris everywhere. The damage along Florida's already battered Gulf Coast extensive, but not nearly as catastrophic as originally feared.
The storm was significant, but thankfully this was not the worst case scenario.
At least 12 people are dead. Millions of homes and businesses are without power on Florida's East Coast.
Cut that man right there. Now watch it. Y'all see that? Isaiah chapter 28 verse 2.
Yep.
Isaiah
28 and 2. Look at this. Now look, y'all see that right there. Read it.
Isaiah chapter 28 verse 2. Behold, the Lord has a mighty and strong one.
The Lord hath a mighty and strong one. Read on.
Which has a tempest of hail and a destroying storm.
As a what?
A destroying storm. As a flood of mighty waters overflowing shall cast down to the earth with the hand.
With the what?
With the hand.
With whose hand? The Most High's hand.
That's right.
He puts it down. They said, you know what? Right there, I'm going to start that, what they call a hurricane. I'm going to start it right here. With his hand, he do this right here. Sit on top, stir that thing up, and then put it that way. Yeah, right there. And you know what? They think it's going to go right there at the bottom, but at the last second, I'm going to make that damn thing turn and go right up the West Coast. I'm going to get their ass when they ain't looking. Watch this. Hey, watch this.
And when them people down in Broward think it's all right, I'm going to send a big ass tornado.
Yeah.
Say, man, those people over there, they struggling. Tornado come right through the middle of us. Like, nah, y'all ain't. Right.
Let me pull a script.
Yeah, go ahead.
Get Sirach 39, verse 28. Because a lot of us don't understand. There is the Spirit of God that guiding all these storms and all these fires.
Yep.
Read that for me.
Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39, verse 28.
Read.
There be spirits that are created for vengeance.
For what?
For vengeance.
There's a lot of wickedness going on. God gotta
Yes,
get that's
definitely.
your payback. That's a big payback.
Yep.
Read.
Which in their fury lay on sore strokes in the time of
This is what we
destruction.
saw. I think that tornado stayed on ground for like more than an hour.
Yeah.
It was
Normally we get the
destruction.
little dust storms or whatever they call it, but that was a full-fledged
F3.
Oklahoma.
It was an F3, 140 something
Pull it
miles
back
per
up.
hour.
That's an
Yeah.
F3.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
it
F3.
was
Look
an
at
Right
that.
there, look.
Read on.
Which in their fury lay on sore strokes.
Read.
In the time of destruction, they pour out their force.
They put God said, I'm gonna lay my stroke up on this wicked kingdom. Because that's what they were created for.
Yeah.
God said, I'm not gonna I'm gonna move those spirits in these storms and to do my bit for
Bring
you.
some judgment. And you know
Judgment.
what? And you might not, it might not have been your time where, you know, it said in Job where it says it's a day and it's a month that he cannot pass. He said, okay, you got more time. I'm gonna show my hand, and if you got spiritual eyes, you're gonna see that it's me in these storms.
Right.
But if you didn't, God said, I'm gonna still touch you. Go to the next article and look how God touched you. Just to warn you, because God knows where to hit you. Play that. Read it.
Reuters. Fitch says Hurricane Milton will push 2024 insured losses over $100 billion.
100 what?
100 billion.
100 billion in a matter of what? It was here about 12 hours. It passed through the whole state.
Right.
God said, I'm gonna get 100 billion up out you in 12 hours, just like that.
And if it didn't hit you, your insurance gonna go up because we got to get them 100 billion back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We're going to end up paying for that on the back end.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Let's go to that next article that we got, so you can see what 100 billion looks like. Go ahead, play it. This the hand of God that scientists just say, oh,
Went
it's
right
just
over
a
my
natural
head. I was
disaster.
in my house. The house was lifting, and I ran through. And the house was lifting up, and then I guess the pressure from the wind blew the windows in, blew the roof off, and blew the walls out. And I was lit on my knees next to my freezer, looking up. And I watched the roof of my house blow up. And then I watched the tornado was going over right at the same time.
Tore the roof off them things.
I ran out of the house and I looked over there and I said, those are my friends, those are my neighbors. And I went to try to find them. And I found two passed and one we couldn't find.
You said two passed
Two
away?
of them passed. He tried to go look for the bodies, but they
Damn.
was gone. And those are the ones that didn't want to listen
And
and,
then the
evacuate.
people
There you go.
that live where that van is,
Now he got his
As soon
tremble in
as
his voice now.
the wind stopped. I was running
It's sort of
everywhere trying to
full
help
power.
people. And I found them. He was passed, but she was still alive at the time. And I helped get the roof off her legs with a couple of policemen.
A roof on
Yeah.
your legs, a
That thing wrapped
whole
up
roof.
in- that thing wrapped up in the tree.
That's straight carnage, man. Look at that. And the people under there.
I wasn't concerned about dying. I really wasn't. He's not done with me. He's not.
The hell is this?
And that's the only thing I can put together as the reason that we're still alive.
Why would you spare it? Maybe she's Northern Kingdom. Moses said, I'm going to touch you a little bit.
And every day they have the cadaver dogs coming through looking for people still.
Told you, the number still ain't done. That's what it looked like. Give me that in Psalm 148. Watch what it say in Psalm 148, verse 8. Why would God do destruction like we just see right there and come through? Because remember what Christianity teaches, God is love. He hate the sin, but love the sinner. All right, Psalm 148, read verse 1 and 2.
Psalms chapter 148, verse 1. Praise ye the Lord. Praise ye the Lord from the heavens. Praise him in the heights. Praise ye him, all his angels. Praise ye him, all his hosts. Verse 8. Fire and hail, snow and vapors, stormy wind fulfilling his word.
Hold on. What does those winds come for? They do what?
Stormy wind fulfilling his word.
Man, that ain't no hurricane season. That ain't no natural disaster. That ain't science. That ain't climate change. God said judgment needs to be right there.
We're going to put some respect on God's name and his word.
That's right. Judgment need to be right there. And you know what God said? You know what? I'm going to bring judgment every year to y'all wicked Negroes down there at the very bottom.
Y'all think y'all good with these damn coconut and
y'all think y'all living good down there. If I don't touch y'all, y'all going to think Babylon the Great is going to last forever. I got to touch them to make sure because they got sunshine a whole lot down there. Let me make sure I touch their ass every year.
Hey, you should put up that clip. God looking at us. I don't like that shit. I'm going to drop a dime on them. Every single year, I'm going to drop a dime on them.
Let's go to them other videos to show a little bit more of how God fulfilled his word. Go ahead.
Along the Gulf Coast of Florida, families are returning to this after Hurricane Milton slammed ashore. Debris, uprooted trees, and foundations where entire homes once stood. It's the same scene in Treasure Island, where Robin Maggio got a first look at her home after Hurricanes Helene and Milton hit.
This is horrible. I literally am speechless right now because I just drove in. I just flew in.
Sunday, President Biden flew over St. Pete Beach, his second trip to Florida in just over a week. He spoke with storm victims surrounded by battered homes and promised $612 million in additional federal aid aimed at electric grid strength and hurricane-affected areas.
We're going to do everything we can to get power back in your home. Not only helping you recover,
about to die,
but help you build back.
I'm out this tomorrow.
Those in hard-hit Valrico need the help. Floodwaters have swallowed entire neighborhoods.
When you look at this, it's 50 years of memories. I know that we will rebuild. We always do.
And those things
That's
bring
how
diseases.
Our family is.
A major gas shortage is also hurting recovery efforts. About 1 in 3 stations across the state are out of gas. 37 million
go ahead.
gallons
You
of
can
gas.
cut that real quick. I want you to go to Ecclesiastes chapter 3. What is God trying to show us when he brings the stormy winds fulfilling his word? Ecclesiastes 3:18. Solomon, the wisest man that ever walked the face of the earth besides Christ. It wasn't no damn Confucius. It wasn't no damn Emotep.
Right.
Hell no.
Hell
It was
is it.
Solomon. Look what he said. Read that. 18. Ecclesiastes 3:18.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 18. I said in mine heart concerning the estate of the sons of men.
This is all men. Read.
That God might manifest them and that they might see that they themselves are beasts.
That's what God touched us for, to humble, because what has, especially this white man in Babylon the Great and all over the world, but mainly here in Babylon the Great, what is he full of? He's full of pride.
Yeah. Right.
And what has happened to his subjects, his servants that have lived under him? They have become prideful as well. You've taken on the spirit of that white man. God said, I'm going to humble y'all. I'm especially you Negroes and Hispanics. I'm going to humble y'all ass every year through here to make sure that y'all understand that y'all just beasts and y'all need me to live.
Because you heard what she said. She said she just flew in. She probably had another a state somewhere else, like most of them do. All right. So when they see this destruction, it's light work for them. So the Lord got to jack them up on all continents.
That's right. And he gotta jack us up too, because it's a new thing on the earth where Judah and Benjamin and Levi talk about some natural disasters and whatever. When we was
never
little,
say that.
when we was little and it started raining and thunder and lightning.
Bring it out. You might be Judah. You might be real Judah. I don't know.
Y'all shut up in this house.
For y'all that don't know,
God
we was
is
having
talking
a
right
debate
now. God
about
is.
North Judah and South Judah, but Cat might he might redeem them all. Go ahead.
When that thunder struck and that lightning went across that sky, all the lights went off. All the TVs went off.
Radio went
The
down.
house was
Everybody
dark
sat
as
still.
hell. Stop talking. Stop moving. God doing his work.
That's exactly how it was.
We all,
Grandma used to say,
God speaking. Better be quiet and listen.
That's it right there, man. And
So
you know
we
what?
redeemed ourselves?
You redeemed
All
yourself.
right, all praise. We Judah, y'all.
Yeah.
You guys should take it back.
South Judah. Yeah. And they gotta find that scripture for I'll find it here in a second. It'll come to me. But look at because y'all saw all that sand and stuff and all that destruction around there. We're gonna show y'all the power of God and how we gotta humble ourselves as a people and realize, man, that the air we breathe, the heartbeats we take, the eye blinks all of that stuff is by the mercy of God. And that we ain't came into that God mode yet, that we just beast in this flesh.
Right.
Play that next video.
This is unique. So it
Turn
looks
him
like
up.
I'm standing on a beach right now, but this
Pause
none
it.
of this
He said he's not standing on a beach, y'all. Y'all see he's walking on sand, though.
Yeah, beach sand.
Okay. Play that.
sand should be here. Milton pushed all of this right this way, and this condo here.
Half
it
of the
is
house.
now-
Pause it.
Oh,
That's a
man.
house.
He can get on the roof.
Buried under sand.
Yeah.
He can get on the roof from there.
Yeah. Yeah, he's looking on the roof.
Yep.
Lord
The
is
roof
great.
is at his waist.
The roof is at his waist. He's
Amazing.
looking at the top of a roof.
So, Lord,
That ain't no midget house.
Quarter of the ocean to the front beachfront property.
Right.
Oh,
So
y'all
the-
won't be on the beach? I'm gonna bring it
got
to
you.
your front
So
door.
the Lord
hook
took
you
the
up.
waves, scooped up all the
Scooped
sand,
the
and
sand
threw it
up.
at the house.
Yeah.
Man, you know how hard is it to remove sand?
Yo,
Right.
that's
Man.
crazy.
You know how
Bruh.
much sand that is?
Yeah.
Really, you pick up a handful,
To be that
it's
high.
probably 1,000,000 grains of sand in your hand.
Bruh.
God said, I'm gonna show you how big my hand. Them pick, oh,
Well, right in your
bam,
lap.
right there.
My damn tent got rained on and got sand all. I had to throw it away.
Dang.
That's a little bit of
Well,
sand.
you know what they doing at that house?
They throw it away.
Throw that shit. They
They
gonna
throw it in the garbage.
Go ahead and play the rest of that. See what he's talking about.
buried in sand. We are talking about feet of sand right here. I also had a chance to speak with the property manager here, who
Amazing.
tells me that they cleaned it out after Helene 2 weeks ago. So everything that you see here behind me, that was brought in by Milton, and
Pause
now
it.
I'm
That's new. God did it the first time. He said, "Oh, y'all, they got more. Look at these beasts down here. You know what?
think
Put
they
it
all
back.
right.
Hey, what they used to say? Put it back where you got it from. Nobody told you to touch that.
Well, it's-
No God, a black man. Yeah, go ahead, Kevin.
Hey, get Proverbs 8:29.
Bring it up.
We got to understand, the Lord gives his word. And nature, what they call nature. The earth does what the Lord says.
Yeah, that's
yeah, absolutely.
We go to the beach, like he just said. This is not the beach. At the beach, the water comes up and the water goes back. But when the Lord say, do what I said to do, this is what happens.
Proverbs chapter 8, verse 29. When he gave to the sea his decree that the water should not pass his commandment.
So he gave the sea the decree that the waters don't pass the commandment. And then he gave the commandment for the sea to tear that house up.
Yeah.
Bring the beach to that house.
Right. I'm going to change my command.
I'm gonna change it. And guess what? It did not disobey, did it?
Nope.
Go ahead. Let's finish it out.
When he gave to the sea his decree that the water should not pass his commandment. When he appointed the foundations of the earth.
So he appointed those foundations, and guess what? It's his foundations to change.
Yeah.
If he see fit.
Yep. When he tell that sea, I don't want you to be in there no more. I want you to be right over here. It does what it says to
And
do.
immediately it listens.
Yep. Exactly right. Go back, finish that video out.
I mean, the bottom of the roof here, it's at my waist level, and I can see right over
Now
the
look
roof.
at this. He said the roof is at his waist level. Micah, you deal with that kind of stuff. How from the ground to the top of a roof of a house?
Probably
How high is it?
About 12, 15 feet.
Damn.
So what's half of 15?
7.5, 8 feet.
Amazing.
That's a lot of sand for him to walk on, though. That's what we ain't thinking about. Yeah, that's high, but that's a lot of sand. 8 foot worth of sand where he can walk from one end of the roof to the other. Man.
And it's packed it too. Like
Yeah, it's packed.
yeah.
You stuck
He's
in
not
that, you
sinking
done.
in it.
Right. It's solid.
That means up under that, it's a whole lot more what you see on top.
Yeah.
It can be Miss Ann and everybody under that sand, ain't it?
Yeah, everybody. Huh? Yeah, it's taller than Shaq. Damn. Good point. Play the rest of that video.
And that's just in this spot, too. We've had a chance to go around this area in Venice, and there was some significant wind damage and destruction to other homes as well. This is
All right, you cut that. Give me that in Job 37, because we was talking about it. Job 37 and 5. Now, this is how you know we Israelites, because I'll tell you right now, I ain't never met a black person that said, yeah, I read the book of Job. To this day. to this day, until I got the truth. You can't tell me, yeah, I read all of it. You know why they're going to stop not read all the book of Job? Because for one, it's hard as hell to understand. God got to give you his wisdom for you to understand it. Now, I want you to start at verse 1. We're going to read down to verse 5.
Job chapter 37, verse 1. At this also my heart trembleth.
It did what?
Trembleth.
That's how we should be when that stuff comes. Look, Lord is coming through here with judgment for somebody. Lord, have mercy on me. We should tremble. Go ahead.
And is moved out of his place. Hear attentively the noise of his voice.
God said, pay attention. He said, when I come through, pay attention to what I'm saying. Read.
And the sound that goeth out of his mouth. He directeth it under the whole heaven.
Read.
And is lightning unto the ends of the earth.
Read.
After it a voice roareth. He thundereth with his voice of his excellency.
He does what?
Yeah.
He thundereth with his voice of his excellency.
What did Judah used to say?
Hey.
What you say, Cap? He said, Judah say what? God
is
talking.
speaking.
He talking. Be
guarantee,
quiet.
I guarantee you, your grandma ain't read that, but
No.
they knew that was God speaking.
It was in there. We knew it.
Respect needed to come through.
Yup. Damn. Keep reading.
He thundereth with the voice of his excellency, and he will not stay them when his voice is heard. God thundereth marvelously with his voice.
The Bible's telling you who's talking. It's just in a language that we can't understand. We ain't spiritual enough, but something in our soul is telling us God speaking.
Yeah,
sit down, be quiet, and your ass listen to what God got to say.
I remember when
you read about that in Moses, all the lightning and thunder. They was like, nah, hey,
you speak with us.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I remember when he thundered, everybody said, you better not forswear.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's going to come get you.
He going to come get you, man. Read up, finish it out, verse 5 again.
God thundereth marvelously with his voice. Great things doeth he, which we cannot comprehend.
There you go. That's why we can't understand it when it thunders. We ain't in that spiritual body yet to understand it, because when you read in Revelation, John heard the thundering, and it said he began to write. Matter of fact, we got to get it precept upon precept. All right, let's go ahead and get it. It just came to my mind. Let's find this. Somebody find. Let me look. I'm gonna have to Bible app this one. I was reading it. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Let me know if y'all got it. What you got?
15 and 3.
Let's see what 15 and 3 say. No. Verse 14 and 2.
Revelations chapter 14, verse 2. And I heard a voice from heaven.
Nah, that ain't it. But Keith, you can read it though.
As the voice of many waters, and as the
10 and
voice
4.
of a great thunder.
Yeah.
And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps.
Okay, so he heard a voice of great thunder. We read it in Job. Now get that in Revelation chapter 10. And start at 3.
Revelations chapter 10, verse 3.
Yep, 3 and 4.
And cried with a loud voice, as when a lion roareth. And when he had cried, 7 thunders uttered their voices.
Read.
And when the 7 thunders had uttered their voices, I was about to write.
Stop right there. John was in the spirit on the Lord's day, and he can understand those voices that we cannot comprehend.
That's a cold precept.
We ain't there yet, but Lord's will, if we endure to the end, when he speaks with that mighty voice again, we'll be able to understand and say, yes, Lord.
And that shows also why Moses understood. He wasn't scared because he understood that voice of God. He was looking at him like, come on, the Lord's trying to get close to you, y'all. Y'all don't understand what he's saying? So that right there connect the dots.
Imagine what the Lord was saying in that hurricane.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Hey, I'm about to judge all of y'all.
Yeah.
All of y'all. This
Tampa,
this over here,
now.
y'all about to die. And he's speaking the entire time.
Yeah.
And we don't understand.
We understand that.
Damn. Go ahead, Austin.
Hey, get me John chapter 12, verse 28. We're going to hear what they thunder. At that time, some people understood it, some didn't.
John chapter 12 and verse 28. Father, glorify thy name. Then came there a voice from heaven.
From where?
From heaven, saying, I have both glorified it and will glorify it again.
You're going to hear what the voice sound like.
The people therefore that stood by and heard it said that it thundered.
What?
It thundered.
Weird. Some say that it was thunder, but some say what?
Others said an angel spake to him.
Yeah. But look, check this out. They had the wisdom to understand. Some had to understand. Oh, it's thunder. No, that's an angel speaking. But none of them could comprehend it like John did. Right. None of them could comprehend it like John did.
We don't.
The people therefore that stood by and heard it said that it thundered. Others said an angel spake to him. Jesus answered and said, this voice came not because of me, but for your sake.
A voice.
There you go.
That was speaking.
Christ confirmed it. Damn.
That was a voice that spake unto the people. But some understood, but some didn't.
This ain't no hurricane season, man. This is God's reason. We giving it to you, man. He coming for judgment. Now, you remember in Job, it said when God's voice speak, we should tremble, right? And it come through the not Negroes, no, not God's children. No, we are that damn especially Negroes that be in Florida, man. Play that video. Look at us. Look at us. Play that.
Good afternoon, fuck niggas. I'm here giving y'all the breaking
Turn him up, man.
Y'all to know, man, about Hurricane Milton. Man, nigga named Milton never scared me and shit, man.
Pause it. You see Negroes in Florida? See, but look at this. This is what we got to have our spiritual eyes open. Why are we like that? Because we have learned about God from our oppressors.
Exactly right.
See, they call what God does Milton, Luis. What's this new one they got covered? God say
Nadine.
They give it down. Milton, Nadine, them old ass names.
Nigga name.
Yeah.
They got a whole family tree.
Right. They get family tree names like that. Luis, Ruiz, and stuff like that. That's why we don't fear God. Because we've learned about God from this white man.
And they mock
And
God.
that's why he would say something like that. Ain't no nigga in Milton ever scared me.
Right, because that's that's exactly what the news channel with reporters would do.
Yep.
They'll go actually to the eye of the storm or before the storm, stand
Standing
right
in it.
there, talking to the Lord.
Storm chasers.
Yeah. I think one reporter got swept away while he was standing on the
All
shore.
praises.
Yeah.
The Lord hand.
I think one of them got hit by debris.
That was Anderson Cooper.
Anderson
Got
Cooper.
smacked his ass in the face.
With a stop sign.
Wow. Let's finish playing out this video. Watch this.
What time it is, man? We outside with it, man. We outside, not in, man. All y'all talking about evacuate? That's only for Temple, man. You know Temple ain't been hot ever since Brady left, man. We outside, man. You all know what time it is, man. All traps open, man. We got perk, we got green,
Somebody
we got
in the
perk
back
for the
hang
15,
gliding.
man. You all know what time it is, man. And all you motherfuckers who got banks, all banks report, man. You already know, man. TD, Chase, Wells, whatever, man. Jordan still going, man. We outside, man. Talking about Hurricane Milton, man. You got a dog walking the street down there. You all know what time it is, man. We out here, man. All that talking about Hurricane Milton. A nigga named Milton never scared me and shit. Hey!
This is why we got to relearn about God. Because judgment coming. Judgment gonna come and God gonna remember those words. Play the next video.
Can these bones live?
Right.
I'll know it.
Go ahead.
This is all I have to eat. I got ramen noodles and that's it. I did not plan for this shit, man. Fuck.
He outside during the
I didn't
hurricane.
bring 2 packs to bring 1 pack. It's probably expired anyways. Shit.
With ramen noodles and pause it, and it's a stigma on ramen noodles, whatever you want to call them, that only niggas eat those. And he made sure he got a pack of those to show, look at me, laugh at me, I'm a nigga. I got the staple food of Negroes out here during the hurricane. Okay. Now y'all see that? Go to the next video. Look at this. Y'all keep playing with God.
Okay. Oh my God. I want to fucking trip. Okay. Guys, my stream's gonna get water damage. My phone's gonna.
12,000 people watching this goof ass.
Everything's flooded. I might not make it back to the crib. I don't know, but fuck.
And look, he did this to for a chance to win.
Okay. They're on the fucking tree.
$20,000 or something.
Stay outside.
Yeah. During the hurricane.
So he said his life is worth 20,000.
Yup. This is what we talking about, man. When we learned about God through this white man, we ain't learned to fear him, and judgment keep coming upon us, coming and coming and coming. Get that in Galatians chapter 6, what Negroes need to learn. Galatians 6 and 7.
Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
You best believe God will come and collect on them mockings. Because you put it out there for everybody to see. God gonna make sure that when your terror come, he gonna make sure everybody sees those things. And they gonna remember. And they're gonna put you on the damn internet. They're gonna put you on a internet article. Remember the guy with the ramen noodles during that? Yeah, he didn't make it through this one, y'all.
Yep.
He did. He black.
He black. Now go to that next one, because I will go show him what Esau, how this is why black folk don't fear him. I don't want that video. It's the you skip that one. It's the article, the Bible info article. This is why Negroes is like that when these disasters come. It's the Bible info article. Yep, pull it up. Now watch this. Read it.
Bible info. Does God send hurricanes and earthquakes?
Now let's see what this white man said, because this is how the thought that we got as a people. Read it.
What does the Bible say about hurricanes, tornadoes, and other natural disasters? Does the Bible give an answer to why the world is in such a mess if God is really in control? How could a God of love let masses of people die from killer hurricanes, catastrophic earthquakes, tsunamis, terrorist attacks, and disease?
Now let's skip all of that. You see where they're going with it, right? Now go down. Now read that.
Is God responsible for natural disasters? Although God is often viewed as the one causing these terrible catastrophes, he is not responsible.
Stop. There you go.
Oh my goodness.
That's why black folk is out there mocking God. They believe, and when they go to Christian church, you best believe them pastors is teaching this right here.
Right.
So he wasn't the one that flooded the whole earth.
No.
That wasn't him.
It
That
wasn't
was
him.
him.
No, it was somebody else.
He wasn't the one that brought down fire and brimstone.
No, that wasn't him. That brought the hail and killed, destroyed everything.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Damn.
No, that wasn't him.
No, that wasn't him.
Give me that in Isaiah, what I want, 45?
Yep.
Yep. Isaiah 45. Let's see what it says about those things. Isaiah chapter 45. Go ahead. Verse
Isaiah
7.
chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things.
Now, see, this is the thing. He does these things, what they call evil and all of this stuff. That's God bringing these catastrophes, the tsunamis, and all of those things because of what? Give me the one now in Deuteronomy. Get that in Deuteronomy, what he says, 32, 39. This is why the scripture, the curse said in Deuteronomy, when you get to those place off those ships, it says, you will not know me. You will serve other gods, wood and stone. Read it.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. See now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive.
That's God doing those things. It is him that's responsible for it.
Not Milton.
Not Milton. Not what
climate
was the
change.
What's the end one that's coming out? Nadine.
Not them.
Not global warming.
Not global warming. God said, I do those. I create all of those things. Now, give me that next one that we got right there. No, never mind. We gonna skip that one because that's just more of Esau trying to explain what God is. Give me that in Psalm 83. Psalm 83 real quick. And then start at verse, let's read verse 13 on down. Let's see what David said in the spirit.
Psalms chapter 83, verse 13. Oh my God, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind.
Before the what?
Before the wind.
Yeah, burrito.
As the fire burneth a wood.
That's another element. Go ahead.
And as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
Do what to them?
So persecute them with thy tempest.
With thy what?
With thy tempest.
With thy tornado, with your hurricane, whatever, cyclone, whatever this white man come up with. God, persecute their ass with it, and all of your people that mock you and don't fear you, persecute them with it. Read on.
And make them afraid.
And do what?
Make them afraid with thy storm.
That's what God's doing.
You heard the little Edomite earlier trembling in his voice because he thought he was gonna ride it out. Roof came off. He came out of the house with it.
Yep.
Neighbors was under his roof.
He went to go look for them. They was gone.
Under his roof.
God said, it says, make them afraid with thy storm. Keep reading.
Fill their faces with shame.
Because they thought this house was tornado proof.
Right.
Oh, this was hurricane proof. I got hurricane windows. Look, God said, okay, you can have it. I'm going to take the whole damn house with the windows and the whole foundation, and I'm going to put it over there for your ass. Go get it.
Yeah, put it on your neighbor.
Put it on
that
top
you
of your
got to go lift up and come on. Man. That's what happened.
Fill their faces with shame. Read on.
That they may seek thy name, O Lord.
But our people ain't doing that because why? We keep learning about God from this white man. We ain't seeking his name. Read on.
Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish.
For what reason?
That men may know that thou, whose name alone is Jehovah, art the most high over all the earth.
You ain't gonna keep calling him natural disaster.
Right.
You ain't gonna keep calling him damn climate change. Don't you bet not call him Milton. He said, my name, Lord Jehovah, Yahweh. I'm God, ain't none with me. All right. So hey, stay tuned. We'll be right back after this commercial break here on Four Corners News.
I don't have to say much words. I'm on your side. You're looking here. Many years in prison for hate speech, insurrection, conspiracy against the U.S. government. Crazy, right?
All I do is teach the truth, bro.
The only truth is your ass getting locked up for a very long time. So long you're probably gonna see Christ come down from the sky.
Do what it is then. Do what I signed up for. Hey, bro. Water rising. They know it too. Open your mind and be prepared to die about it. Listen, a couple tried came, yeah, but we held a line. Niggas playing dead, ain't converted in they mind. We're done off in the dark, gon' come to the light, give it time. He gon' expose it and he long, we gon' keep applying. Whoa, now slow down, what that is you're teaching. Romans 16:17, gon' stop that what you're seeking. Don't get power dry, we end up find the hour. I will go ham about these leaders sitting in front of me. What a man is, that what they showed me. Came in the truth, a new creature, you don't know me. 4 years I been eating, trying to OD. Kept that pen and pad, cause they got something to show me. What? Never give up, never give in. Never give up, never give in. Never give up, never give in. No matter how much pressure they apply, we ain't caving in. Never give up, never give in. Never give up, never give in. Never give up, never give in. No matter how much pressure they apply, we ain't caving in. Oh, we just nigga with some Bibles, what you thinking, huh? The most I would is you don't believe us, then you're drinking some. Don't get your issue if you kick against these scriptures in the middle, give them tissue, tell that boy they gon' blow it nose. IUIC straight manly, you know how we roll. Raising up righteous women, we don't do the whole. Got young prophets on command, next generation. Apply pressure where it needed, gon' be devastating. Prepare your mind, yeah, it's about to be a crazy wave. You think you seen it now, you ain't seen no crazy days. Gather yourself and pray, it's us against the other side. If you ever try, will you switch or take your lick and die, huh? Never give up, never give in. Never give up, never give in. Never give up, never give in. No matter how much pressure they apply, we ain't caving in. Never give up, never give in. Never give up, never give in. Never give up, never give in. No matter how much pressure they apply, we ain't caving in. Unity, 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 unity. unity, 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 unity.
Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ, bless Bishop Nathaniel here. Hey, March 2025, we're going to have a Land Blitz fundraiser. So what I need you all to do is hit the QR code, whatever that thing is right there, fill it out on all our social media platforms, because we blitzing. We need this land. We got to get this fundraiser done, Israel. I'm trusting you. Get it done.
Cap, what's a Land Blitz fundraiser? Exactly what it is. We blitzing for the land. One day, with a large goal, we're going to raise the funds for the land. That's my goal. That's my mission, and we're going to make it happen. And I need your help to get it done. There's a link on the Bishop's Instagram and all of our social medias. Click on that link and fill it out. What you're going to do is you're going to estimate what amount of donation you can make on this one day. On that day, you can also make random donations. But those of you that are watching this video now, we want to get an estimate of how hard we're going to have to go when we blitz. There will also be an in-house event. Y'all remember the Journey to Freedom? This is going to be bigger and better, live from Atlanta. You better get your tickets now, because probably after this announcement, it's going to be sold out. Only 400 tickets. But guess what? All the funds are going to the land. So get it now. Get it now.
We about to turn the world upside down. We about to turn the world upside down. We about to turn the world upside down. We about to turn the world upside down.
Welcome back to Four Corners News. It's time for the FCN movie review.
Don't get my bishop started. Woo, woo. Don't get my bishop started. Woo, woo. Don't get my bishop started. Don't get my.
All right, let's play that movie review. The movie we reviewed is Platform 2. All right, now I know a lot of people watched Platform, the first one. It got good reviews, so much that they made a number 2 and put it on Netflix. So let's watch that movie review or that trailer. Go ahead. on it, but it was enough to bring about a FCM movie review up. And I was paying attention to some of the things that was going on. One thing that stuck out just from the movie trailer itself, if y'all notice that it said that the law, we die without the law. One thing I did notice from that, just from the movie trailer, just from watching some of it, when there can be no peace without the laws of God. It cannot be none without that. And it mentions that in the Bible where David said, great peace have those that love thy law. So one thing you'll notice from that movie, and it goes into the word, you cannot have any peace without law. Get that in Hosea 4:1 real quick to show what people turn into. And we end up try not to spoil the whole movie and things of that nature for you. But you'll see just from what we saw in that movie review or intro trailer that it was a lot of death and bloodshed upon it, right? Read that Hosea 4:1-2.
Hosea chapter 4, verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, you children of Israel. For the Lord has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out and blood touches blood.
Because of what's at this point in our history, we have fully turned our back, especially the northern kingdom had turned their back on the law of God. We was living like beasts, going after our innate humanly instincts to feed our desires and the lust that's within our body. And what come from that? It says it's death, swearing, blood touching blood, adultery, no truth, no mercy. That's one thing that you'll notice from it. Y'all got anything? Go ahead, Cal.
One important part of the movie, as you watch the movie, it had structure. One of the main orders was, I know we talk about law all across the board when it comes to morale, but the dietary law, right? The dietary law was one of the main things, and how to eat, right? One scripture, you'll see this throughout the movie when you do watch it. It's Ecclesiastes 31, right? They had order in place. Some people didn't want to respect the order, so it hurt everybody else. So then chaos began to erupt. Go there, verse 18. Now.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 31, verse 18.
Start at verse 17. 16. There we go.
Verse 16. Eat as it becometh a man those things which are set before thee, and devour not.
And that was the order that was set in place. From jump, it was, listen, everyone was asked a specific question. What is it that you desire to eat, right? Before you even enter the program, whatever it is. And the order was you eat whatever you chose. And then once people began to violate, that's when chaos began.
Put it on the platform.
They put it on a platform. So those who was in order said, okay, I'm going to only eat what I chose. So whether it was a pizza, chicken, they only ate that. But others, they said, you know what? We're not going to respect the order. We're going to go ahead and devour everything. You eat whatever you eat.
Yeah, that's a good point. I like it because I also picked that up from just the few minutes I watched and the trailer. It lets me know that everybody, because it's levels right there. You saw it in the intro. If y'all can go through some of them screenshots that y'all see on there, y'all see that it's levels on there. And it spiritually, I saw that everyone must be in the same mind. It must be one mind, one spirit, from top to bottom. Give me that in Ephesians chapter 4, and I want you to read verse 4 down to 6. Matter of fact, you can just mute that and just let it play. Go ahead.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 4. There is one body and one spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling. One Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of all, who is above all, and through all, and in you all.
And in you all. It's always, when it comes to God, especially us as a nation, being in order from top to bottom, is one God, one faith. We got to be one mind, one spirit, move in that same direction. Paul mentioned those things too throughout his letters. But that's what you'll pick up from this movie, right? Now, also, what I did notice in this movie as well too, as you can see, no, y'all keep it playing. Just keep us up in the corner. Is that there's levels, right? You've got people that are on level 1, and I don't know how far it goes. You have to watch it yourself. You watch it for yourself. But it also lets you know, if you watch it with spiritual eyes, that those at the top are responsible for those that are at the bottom.
Absolutely.
You have to look out for them. Because if you don't, what happens?
No food coming down.
They die.
Yep.
There was an old saying, when you make it to the top, send the elevator back down.
Damn, that's an old Judah quote right there.
Yeah, we do.
If you don't look out for them, they're going to starve.
Yep, that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Those at the top are supposed to look out for those that are at the bottom. Give me that in 1 Timothy chapter 6, and I believe it's 17, shooting from the hip. Paul mentioned that in the scriptures. Let's read that.
1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 17. Charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living God, who giveth us richly all things to enjoy. That they do good, that they be rich in good works, ready to distribute.
Ready to distribute. Read on.
Willing to communicate.
That means to give. That's what it, or to share.
There you go, share.
Those at the top are responsible for those that are at the bottom. That's why God put you in that position to be at the top, is so you can watch over the flock. Get that in, was it Acts 20? Acts chapter 20, I think it's 28, 29. 28. Yep, let's read that.
Acts chapter 20, verse 28. Take heed, therefore, unto yourselves and to all the flock over the which the Holy Ghost has made you overseers to feed the church of God, which he hath purchased with his own blood.
That's what those at the top, when you've been given that responsibility, that's what you are. That's where you are with the people of God. You're supposed to look out for them. You'll see that in this movie. If you watch it with spiritual eyes, that those at the top, they tried to do those things, but that didn't trickle down all the time. Go ahead, Officer Paggio.
Yeah, let me get 1 Samuel chapter 21, read verse 6 to show you how those who had at the top who had food, how if somebody's hungry, you got to pass it down.
1 Samuel chapter 21, verse 6. So the priest gave him hallowed bread.
Talking about David. So David was hungry, and the priest, knowing, listen, nobody's supposed to eat this bread, he said, you know what? I'm going to pass it down. Read.
For there was no bread there but the showbread that was taken from before the Lord to put hot bread in the day when it was taken away. Now a certain man of the servants.
That's it. So that's all I wanted to read that. Listen, if you got bread, pass it down.
There you go. I like that.
Another key point that the video came out, I don't know if somebody else won. Especially if you watch part 1, it lets you know that they allowed someone to carry something in there. Something that's very important to you. You could carry whatever it is, but it had to be that one item. That let me know. When I saw that, it lets you know to be ready. Is famine coming? When food is scarce, you better be ready. 2nd Ezra 16:40. Real quick. Verse 40.
2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 40. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
Pilgrims are always ready to travel. They ready to, at any given time, they got their sack, their bug out bag, they on the go. They not invested in the delicacies of the world. They already know at any given second, I got to pack up my bags, pack up exactly what I need, and hit it. So exactly, this is a warning that the Lord are giving us. And you hear leadership bringing it out, prepare.
Good point. Good point right there. So much that we got a channel. What's it called? So preparation.
Preppers.
The preppers, right? The preppers, right? They got a YouTube channel. You can look it up too about that. Now I want you to go to 104 on here. If you can show that as some or 102. 102. Right there. Now look at that. Now, see, this is one thing about no matter what movie it is, you best believe this white man takes from, whether they call themselves Spaniard, French, American, Russian, British, whatever it might be, they take from the Bible. Read that for them, officer. What does that say?
An anointed one came to enforce the law.
It came to do what?
Enforce The law.
That's why you got to look at these things with spiritual eyes, man. And you know how they always give you that image of Caesar bow and all of those things, but one thing you do notice, if you could go to 104 now, 104, it might show an image of him. Let's see. Can you get an image of him? Yeah, right? They get ready to pause it when they come in. What was that fate? Pause it. Now look at this. You know they make him look like Caesar bow and all of that stuff. But it says one of the anointed ones came to enforce the law. Now you see they put a blindfold over him. When you watch the movie, you'll see what's going on with him. But what does that show? Give me that John chapter 7, verse 24. Look what it says in the scriptures about that. Now you can go back to 102. I don't want to see that damn image before Northern Kingdom started doing 3 Hail Marys and stuff. An anointed one came to enforce the law. John 7, verse 24.
John chapter 7, verse 24. Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment.
You see now why they put a blindfold on his eye, but they put it in movie form. He came to enforce the law, not based on how he judge matters. He based it off of the laws, how he judge matters. Right. And when you watch this, you'll see some spiritual instances of it, of where he is trying to be the enforcer of the law so that there can be peace. And that's what the scriptures talk about, anointed one coming to enforce the law. Get that in Ezekiel chapter 20. Ezekiel chapter 20 to show about enforcing the law. Ezekiel chapter 20, you know what I want? Verse 37, 38. Is that what I want? Yep.
Ezekiel chapter 20 and verse 37.
We start at 30, jump at 33. We'll jump down.
Verse 33. As I live, says the Lord God, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out will I rule over you.
Rule over you. Right. The anointed one is going to rule over the whole entire earth, all nations, no matter what nobody say, especially rebellious as blacks and Hispanics. God said, I'm going to rule over your ass. Now jump down to verse 37.
Verse 37. And I will cause you to pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant.
He's going to enforce the law. Keep reading. Verse 38. And what about those that don't want to live under the law like we see in this movie? Yeah. Read verse 38.
I will purge out from among you the rebels.
Now you got to watch the movie.
You got to watch it.
You got to watch the movie. After you see this right here, go back and watch the movie and look at these scriptures that we break it out and see if the rebels aren't being purged out in this. Keep reading.
And I will purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgress against me. I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel. And you shall know that I am the Lord.
Man, I'm going to tell you right, this is the wisdom of God, man, that even in a movie with spiritual eyes, you'll be able to draw scriptures out of those things. Yeah. Go ahead, Kat.
Sir. Hey, give me Sirach 37:29. This movie is the fruition of what these scriptures is talking about right here.
Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, chapter 37, verse 29. Be not unsatiable in any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats.
And that's what you'll see. You'll see, all right, everybody got an allotted amount of food, but if the people at the top are insatiable, the people at the bottom, they start to suffer.
Good point.
Read on.
For excess of meats bringeth sickness.
Now, we know that in context it's talking about your body, but these people started getting sick in their minds because they didn't have enough food to eat. Some people was driving themselves mad. Dude is fat as hell talking about I ain't ate in 2 days. Come on.
Right. You can afford to miss a meal, too.
Read on.
A week.
For excess of meat bringeth sickness, and surfeiting will turn into colic.
Read on.
By surfeiting have many perished.
If you greedy at the top, the people gonna die at the bottom.
Yep.
Read.
But he that taketh heed prolongeth his life.
But you can prolong the life if you listen to the law of the anointed one.
Good, hey, that's cold-blooded right there, man.
Yeah.
All praise to the Most High, man. So we're gonna transition straight into the main topic here. We're gonna get into it, man. Main topic of the week. right, man. Main topic of the week, man. Open your eyes. The world is full of lies. We got to open up our eyes as a people, man. Bars, right? Play that first video. Y'all gonna see the first lie that is all over the world, throughout the earth. And people love to believe it. Play it.
Hasidic men wear clothing depending on their age and stage in life. Up until age 3, Hasidic boys have no special clothing. But at age...
Now, look at this. Hasidic. It sound like
make me sick.
Make me sick. Yeah. Age 3. Now watch this. All the stuff they go through right now. This stuff ain't biblical, y'all.
Ain't biblical at all.
Up to age 3, ain't no specific clothes, right?
Boy,
okay.
No way, boy.
Play it.
Age 3, boys have a first haircut ceremony, and they get side curls, a yarmulke on their heads, and the fringes garment.
The what?
Fringes garment.
So look at this. Now watch this. Watch this. Give me that in Numbers chapter 15. So they don't start wearing fringes until age of 3 and beyond.
Amazing.
Where God say that at?
Bruh.
Numbers 15, start at verse 38.
Numbers chapter 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
Now it don't. How do they come up with the number 3? Who told? Where did God tell you that? Where did He tell you to say, hey, you know what? 3 years old, start making them look like an Israelite?
But God never spoke to them.
Right.
That's the problem.
Right. That's what it is. Before that, you can do whatever you want to with them, but when they hit 3. That's when they got to start looking like an Israelite.
When I read throughout their generations, I read from when they're born.
There you go. Fresh out.
Fresh out.
Yep. Exactly right. Go back to it.
At age 13, boys have a bar mitzvah ceremony.
Stop.
And then
What? Wait a minute.
Where these damn what's that one people where these Amish hats come from?
That's what it is. The Amish hat.
What the hell is this?
These Amish hats come from, man.
Bruh.
13?
Right.
Give me that in Numbers chapter 1. You go ahead. Go ahead, Cap, bring it out. Numbers chapter 1 from where God say you a man at 13?
What the hell is this? 1 and 18.
Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the numbers of the names, from 20 years old and upward.
Because that's when you become a man.
Yeah.
That's when you can go to war. That's when you are a man according to God. 20 years old. Where they get 13 from?
The
That
world,
sound like some
open your
pedophile
eyes, man.
stuff.
The world is full of lies.
That sounds like some pedophile stuff.
There
You
you
say
go.
that this
That's-
little 13-year-old boy grown and can do whatever he wants to. They have a whole bar mitzvah, whatever the hell that means.
Yeah, because remember they have it for the boys and the girls too. Bar mitzvah, yeah.
Okay.
Girls can have bar mitzvahs too.
Oh, wow.
So
That's
they
where
do
them
it for
black
both of them.
Hebrew Israelites get that you can
Yeah,
sex
you
at
go.
13.
There you
Read
go.
verse 3 for me. Read verse 3.
Numbers chapter 1, verse 3. From 20 years old and upward, all that are able to go forth to war in Israel.
So that's when you are grown a man.
Yeah. That's it right there. Wait, I don't know where I get 13. Run it back a little bit and play it, man. Go ahead.
ceremony, and then they start to wear a white shirt at all
Pause it.
times.
Where does this stuff come from?
White shirt at all times.
Who made this up?
Book of Satan. I'm telling you straight up.
Dang. Get that in Deuteronomy, man. 33.
So I just looked it up.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says bar mitzvah means son of the commandments.
Ooh,
That's what the name bar mitzvah
So bar mitzvah means son of the commandments, meaning that you don't start keeping whatever commandments until you're 13.
Boy, no
So
way,
all
bruh.
before that, you can do whatever the hell you want to.
Yeah.
They've been doing whatever they want to anyway.
Yeah, they do it all the time, right? The stuff you see right now. All, white shirts only. No cut. White shirts only. Deuteronomy 33:29, man. Let me tell you this right there. I'm gonna show you a scripture. Go ahead, read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 29. Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by the Lord.
Who's like us? I'm gonna show you why. Who's like us? Keep reading.
The shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency? And thine enemies shall be found liars.
Found what?
found liars.
Look at that in Psalm chapter 50. Watch this. This is why I talk about, pull that, y'all can pull the image back up, put us in the box. This is why I talk about your enemies found liars. Wear a white shirt at all times. Okay, read Psalms 50, read verse 2.
Psalms chapter 50, verse 2.
Yeah.
Out of Zion, the perfection of beauty.
God said is what?
The perfection of beauty.
What a perfection of beauty of just wearing one single color all the time. You don't read that in the scriptures. Ezekiel chapter 16. You don't read that in the scriptures where it said just wear a white shirt at all times when you in captivity, because that's what they say. We're in mourning. That's why we wear black and shit. I can't tell. You got all this money that you need. Hell, you dropping bombs on people. Right. But look what God say about clothing. 16:10.
Ezekiel chapter 16 and verse 10. I clothe thee also with broidered work.
Where's that in the white shirts at? Where's that stuff at? White shirt all the time? Where the broidered work at, God say? Read on.
And shod thee with badger skin.
Uh-huh.
And I girded thee about with fine linen. And I covered thee with silk.
Uh-huh.
I decked thee also with ornaments. And I put bracelets upon thy hands. And a chain on thy neck.
Where you see all that with just a white shirt and a black hat and black coat. You don't see that. Keep reading.
Suspicious. And I put a jewel on thy forehead, and earrings in thy ears, and a beautiful crown upon thine head. Thus was thou decked with gold and silver.
Read on.
And thy raiments was of fine linen.
Read.
And silk and broidered work. Thou didst eat fine flour and honey and oil, and thou was exceeding beautiful.
We was what?
Exceeding beautiful.
No, we was plain as hell in a white shirt.
Exceeding beautiful.
Go ahead.
And thou didst prosper into a kingdom.
Now watch this. This is how you know this world is full of lies. We got to open up our eyes. Verse 14.
And thy renown.
Your fame.
Went forth among the heathen for thy beauty.
For thy what?
Thy beauty.
And because of what?
For it was perfect.
It was what?
Perfect.
Now you tell me who is envying white shirts, black
Nobody.
shirts. Nobody. I don't see nobody following that trend.
Stop.
Not even
Bobby the priest.
Let me get one scripture. Genesis chapter 37 and verse 3.
Nobody to this day follow that.
Right? Read that. Genesis 37 and verse 3.
Genesis chapter 37 and verse 3. Now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children.
So Israel loved Joseph, right? Read.
Because he was the son of his old age.
Uh-huh.
And he made him a coat of many colors.
Oh, man. Damn.
But they got a black coat. Israel gave Joseph a coat of many colors.
They ain't got that spirit of, they ain't got that style of in their soul to do nothing.
No,
like
they
that.
can't even rock that thing.
Can't do that, man.
They'll look like a clown. Damn, Joseph came out looking fresh.
We done had that. You know what we call that coat? We called it cross colors. Yeah. And everybody wanted one of them damn coats back in the day. We can do that. It's in our soul. Even in our wickedness, we can make all many colors. Oh, we're going to make this look fly right here.
Yeah, they
used to
even
call
wear
it an
today.
8-ball jacket.
They even wear today. It's got green, black, red, all of that stuff.
Yeah, we make it match.
Hey, Carl, let me two quick precepts. Give me 2 Ezra 3, verse 36, and Isaiah 63:19. Two quick precepts.
Y'all know they're gonna give us a strike for this one, buddy. Get it out while you can.
Get it out. Get it all out.
all points.
2 Ezra chapter 3, verse 36. Thou shalt find that Israel by name has kept thy precepts.
The only one that can keep the precept is the children of Israel, the so-called black Hispanic in Native America. It's in our spirit. It's not something you stole and you think you can do it. It's our heritage.
But not the heathen.
Not the so-called Jewish people, the one that wish to be the Jew.
The best they can do, hey man, just put on a white shirt, black hat. Yeah, that's it, man. Rock that.
Yeah. Give me the one. Give me the one in Isaiah 63:19. Because they're always trying to steal our heritage, but they cannot do it. It's something so simple. Just read and apply.
Got to be in your spirit. God got to put it there.
Isaiah chapter 63, verse 19.
Read.
We are thine.
We are thine.
Thou never bearest rule over them.
God never rule over any other nation but the children of Israel.
Right.
Read.
They were not called by thy
name. They were never called the Jews. We are the real Jews.
Yeah.
Not them.
And to land back off of they was never called by thy name, the princes of God, They ain't got style like princes.
Nah.
But best they can do is look like a damn lowly servant,
There
black
you
and
go.
white. That's it.
Keep that same energy.
They ain't got that Prince swag in them. I ain't talking about Purple Rain either. Not that Minnesota.
And God says many colors represented virginity as well, right? They damn black and white like Masons or some junk. Give me 2 Samuel 13:18. 2 Samuel 13 and verse 18. Read
2
that.
Samuel chapter 13 and verse 18.
And this is talking about Tamar.
And she had a garment of diverse colors upon her.
Uh-huh.
For with such robes were the king's daughters.
The who?
The king's daughters.
Royalty. Read.
That were virgins apparelled.
So all the king's daughters, all the royalty, the princesses were clothed in diverse colored dresses to signify purity, virginity. The hell y'all doing?
What are you doing? Go back to it. Let's play that. Play that video.
A wool version of the fringes, the one with the dark stripes, as well as a full dark suit and a hat when they go out or when they pray. They also start to carry the talus bottle, the bag that looks like a pillow, and they have their prayer accessories like the phylacteries inside. Upon marriage, men start to wear a big fur hat for special occasions.
Man, this is
Either
crazy.
they wear the strimal or the spudded. The hats look kind of similar. Some men also put on white socks and knickers for special occasions after marriage. All men start to pray after marriage with a prayer shawl. For more on Hasidic clothing, watch my deep dive on YouTube.
Man, y'all keep watching. Now look, they won't strike at it. Nothing. They won't strike that. They strike that. Give me that revelation. Well, matter of fact, let's move on because I got other stuff on that. Let's go to that next thing that I got in there, man. Go to the next thing. Yep, let's read that. Let's see what they people said about them. Go ahead. Let's read the green part.
Should this turn out to be the case?
Well, let's start up a little high. Read that whole paragraph. This was written.
This was written before the full extent of the Holocaust was known. But that does not alter the fact that the large majority of surviving Jews in the world of Eastern Europe
is of Eastern European
and thus perhaps mainly of Khazar origin.
Khazar, go ahead.
If so, this would mean that their ancestors came not from the Jordan, but from the Volga, not from Canaan, but from the Caucasus.
From the Caucasus Mountains. Caveman. Go ahead. They dress like it. You can see it. Go ahead.
No swag.
Once believed to be the cradle of the Aryan race, and that genetically they are more closely related to the Hun, Uyghur, and Magyar tribes than the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Read on.
Should this turn out to be the case,
which it is,
then the term anti-Semitism would become void of meaning.
That's why they hold on. That's why they ban your videos, strike your channels. They don't want that truth to come out. Go ahead.
right.
That's why they killed him. Go ahead.
Based on a misapprehension shared by both the killers and their victims. The story of the Khazar Empire, as it slowly emerges from the past, begins to look like the cruelest hoax which history has ever perpetrated.
But God sent us in these last days to rewrite the history and turn the world right side up.
That's right.
Give me that next book on sex and race and what it says about the ancient Israelites.
Sex and races, Negro Caucasian mixing in all ages and all lands by J.A. Rogers.
Oh, was another page on that? Go back one. Yeah, let's read that. Read the top of that appendix.
Appendix 5. Some implications, Israel and the diaspora.
Bless his heart.
The state of Israel's right to exist. But that right is not based on the hypothetical.
Okay, all right, go ahead, Ruben.
That's that West
Amazing.
Go ahead, Ruben.
The state of Israel's right to exist.
We bless your heart. Go ahead.
But that right is not based on the hypothetical origins of the Jewish people, nor on the mythological covenant of Abraham with God.
So it's ain't based on the Bible, is what they saying. Go ahead.
It is based on international law.
Go ahead.
I.e., on the United Nations decision in 1947 to partition Palestine.
Go to get that in Joel. So he's telling you, them ain't the people. Because the people of God didn't dress like that. Abraham wasn't dressed like that. He wasn't looking like, he didn't dress up Isaac in a hat like that with no socks. He did not do that.
White shirt.
Isaac had a coat of many colors. It wasn't just black.
No bird nest.
No, the United Nations had to put them there to get that in that country. God wouldn't let it happen. Go there. Read that, Joel. What I want, Joel 2.
Joel chapter 2, verse 27. And ye shall
3 and verse
3 and verse 2. Yep.
3 and verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations.
Through slavery, go ahead.
And parted my land.
Now you know who that was. That was United Nations that made that prophecy come to pass. God, now we got the history and match it with it. Now them lies that's being told about who's the real people of God, man, we ain't believing that stuff no more. We know who we are. Thus saith the Lord. Now read that next book, Sex and Race. Let's get straight to it. Yeah, let's read that and see what the history books say about the ancient people. But the earliest
Jews were in all probability Negroes.
That's right. Black folk.
Abraham, their ancestor, is said to have come from Chaldea, and the ancient Chaldeans were black.
Now let's see what it say. Keep reading.
The Chaldees, says Higgins, were originally Negroes.
Jump to the next underlined part. It is even possible.
It is even possible that the Jews originated not in Asia, but in Africa.
In the blackest place on the planet, because Israel is in Northeast Africa.
So it ain't possible. It is.
It is. Go ahead.
Gerald Massey has advanced considerable argument and proof of that theory.
Now, you see how a white man be having proof, but when it comes to who the real people of God is, that proof is no longer true. It's a lie now. But they have proof for everything else they believe, except who are the people of God. That white man lied right here. No, it ain't how it goes. Keep reading.
Whatever was the original color of the Jews, they lived for more than 4 centuries among the Negroid Egyptians. The Negroid Egyptians.
Now, I'm glad that he said that whatever color they was. Now, let's see. Let's go to the pictures and let's see what they painted about the Jews in Rome. Let's see what color they painted. Damn! They sure do look black to me.
Even the angel.
Even the angel.
That's right.
That's Adam and Eve getting put out. Keep reading. I'll go to the next image. There you go right there. Black is all outdoors. The angels black as well.
And they wearing white garments.
And wearing white garments, so they knew how to mix the colors. Hell, even you see where the angel wing is? You see how that's pink right there? Right. So they knew how to make pink if they was actually white folk. And they just, oh man, we ain't got no other color to paint Adam and Eve, man. Just make them brown. Nope, they knew how to make pink. You can see it right there where that wing is. All right, go to the next ones. That's King Solomon right there. And Isaiah. Go ahead. King David with the Bible. Next one. Now that's Samson fighting the lion. He done killed one. He fighting the other one to beat the Philistines. That may show he was brown. That's in Rome. The catacombs. So they knew what color the ancient Jews were. So when that book says that they was black, oh yeah, that's telling the truth right there.
Yep.
And the Bible backs it up. Right? Now here's some more lies that's out here in this damn world, man. We got to sheesh. Oh my goodness. This make you angry because this is hitting right at home, man. And our people getting fed this lie every damn week. Hell, every day on YouTube. Play that video. Look at this. Drop that.
And here's the other problem with the church is that anytime a person is in need, y'all go to running and dropping money. But let me tell you something. The poor will be with you always. And there is no blessing connected to blessing the poor other than getting back what you gave to them, but no multiplication.
Stop. God dang, you don't even help the poor?
Cap.
Go ahead, Cap.
In the street, a dude once said, you can't make money giving money away. That's what the passage
That's
said.
it. That's a pimp right there.
He said the game is to be sold.
Damn.
Not
That's
what he said.
That's a pimp right there.
That's some pimp stuff.
That's pimp.
Because he said you're gonna get the money to the poor, but ain't gonna be no multiplication on your
That's
money.
it. So get that in Matthew. It's coming to my head.
Boy, no way.
Man, Matthew. Y'all know what I'm talking about, man? Y'all got your X-Files on, Professor X, man. What you got, Officer Pedro?
17.
Matthew 17? Let's see. Go ahead and read what you got.
That's all you got.
Rich
Got a
man.
chapter.
Is it 19?
Oh, no, you missed it. Okay. Matthew chapter 5. Is that what I want? Let me see. Bear with me, y'all. Matthew chapter 5, and I want you to read verse 19.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least
No, Matthew 5, verse 6:19. Okay, 6:19.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 19. Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust does corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal.
Go ahead.
For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
So he's only worried about getting treasure here upon earth. That's why he said if you give, you ain't no multiplying with it. He ain't worried about nothing that God got in store for him. He want all of his payment right now. Christ didn't teach it, man. Go ahead, Officer Padilla.
Land back on that. Let me get Luke chapter 12, read verse 21. Because, all these passages, they want riches here. Let's read that.
Luke chapter 12 and verse 21. So is he that layeth up treasure for himself and is not rich toward God.
When God said you ain't rich, you broke.
You broke as hell, bro.
Your spirit broke.
That's it. Hey, Cap, real quick, so Act 12. Because he said he want recompense right now.
Yeah.
From if he help a poor man, the poor man cannot help him.
Yeah.
But guess what? He doesn't understand God can help you.
So rock.
Read that.
Chapter 12, verse 1. When thou wilt do good, know to whom thou doest it. So shall thou be thanked for thy benefits.
Let's see who you gotta help.
Do good to the godly man.
Read.
And thou shalt find a recompense. And if not from him.
It's not from him because he's poor.
Yet from the Most High.
God will give it. They have no choice, no faith in God.
None
And unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Now run it back. Run it back all the way to the beginning. I want to hear it from the top again. I want to make sure the people hear this. Go ahead.
And here's the other problem with the church is that anytime a person is in need, y'all go to running and dropping money. But let me tell you something. The poor will be with you always. And there is no blessing connected to blessing the poor other than getting back what you gave to them, but no multiplication. Multiplication is segregated for tithes and offerings.
Boom, there you go.
When you give to the poor, the only thing you do is help them, but you don't help yourself.
Damn, stop it, man. Go ahead, Cap. Wow.
Acts 4. Let's get Acts 4.
There you go. That's the one.
Acts 4.
34.
Acts chapter 4, verse 34. Neither was there any among them that lacked.
Why? Because the people gave of their abundance. And who did they give it to, Reed?
For as many as were possessors of lands or houses sold them and brought the prices of the things that were sold and laid them down at the apostles' feet.
They got the money, gave it to the leaders. And what did the leaders do?
And distribution was made unto every man according as he had need.
Now, Pastor Jones over here say every time that the people need something, the church give it to them.
Yeah.
And now he trying to say that that's wrong. But that's what the Bible told us to do in the first place.
Right. This dude said, hey, let's go to the law on that. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 15 and verse 7. Let's start there because he said, if you give to the poor, there ain't no blessing in that. You only going to get back what you gave them or some BS, crazy. Whatever he said. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 15, verse 7. If there be among you a poor man of one of thy brethren within any of thy gates in thy land, which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
What does God say do?
Thou shalt not harden thine heart, nor shut thine hand from thy poor brother.
God says not to shut your hand from thy poor brother, read.
But thou shalt open thine hand wide unto him.
To what?
Wide unto him.
Give
and shall
him as he needs, read.
And shall surely lend him sufficient for his need in that which he wanteth.
Jump to verse 10.
Verse 10, thou shalt surely give him, and thine heart shall not be grieved when thou givest unto him.
Because that dude right there sound like it's a grievous thing to give to the poor.
Yeah.
Right? But watch this.
Because that for this thing.
For giving to the poor, giving what they need that they're insufficient in.
The Lord thy God shall bless thee in all thy works.
You do get a blessing, huh?
You do get a blessing. And he didn't say you don't get a blessing. He is blaspheming the word of God, saying that pretty much steering the whole church on giving away, not giving to the poor, leaving them out there to rot or whatever. God says, give them. Do not harden thy heart against them. Because if you do give to them, he's going to bless you.
So don't love your neighbor as you love yourself.
No. Yeah.
Don't do that.
That nigga
He want multiplication right away.
Not unless you're going to get something back. That's what he's saying. Go back. We're playing that video
because
again, man.
Because where he started at is verse 11. Read that, verse 11.
Deuteronomy chapter 15, verse 11. For the poor shall never cease out of the land.
That's where he started at. He said, he snapped his hand and said,
put it in my hand.
He said, the poor will always be with you. Yeah, but don't give. But verse 10 says something different than what you said.
That's how you know he's being deceitful.
Yeah.
There you go.
He started at 11, and then don't read the whole thing. Don't go up.
We read it earlier that the rich got to be there for the people.
Yeah,
absolutely it.
Let's go back. Play that video, man.
And here's the other problem with the church is that anytime a person is in need, y'all go to running and dropping money. But let me tell you something. The poor will be with you always. And there is no blessing connected to blessing the poor other than getting back what you gave to them, but no multiplication.
Amazing.
Multiplication is segregated for tithes and offering. When you give to the poor, the only thing you do is help them, but you don't help yourself.
Man, this is Pause it real quick. I want to say that real quick, man. Christianity is selfish as hell, man.
Get it on the head.
Man. Don't help nobody unless you get something in return. Well, wait a minute. Didn't Christ die for the sinners, the ungodly that didn't give him nothing in return? He didn't get nothing for his death. What? And you go into church today saying, hey, man, don't give nothing unless you're going to get something in return.
Yeah. Don't forget, he fed what? Thousands of people.
Thousands.
Fed thousands, healed thousands of people.
He wanted to give to the church for the tithe offering. That's when you get multiplication, not when you're helping the poor.
No.
Unbelievable.
Damn, that's crazy, man. Run it back some. Make sure we get all his words.
His words going to condemn him.
Poor, the only thing you do is help them, but you don't help yourself. So when you give $1 to somebody on the street talking about I did my job, God like, thank you, but it ain't gonna help you. Read your Bible.
Wow, look at that. He know they ain't gonna read it. That's a charlatan
Charity does not bring wealth.
Damn.
Oh, wait a minute.
Pause it. Did you something hit your cap? Go ahead, man.
Hit it.
Get it.
1 Corinthians 13.
Bring it out.
He bad, ain't he? You niggas give it away, buddy. Look at that bow in here. As he got a damn Burberry or Versace, whatever the hell that Gucci shirt he got on.
Louis Vuitton.
What that Mr. Belvedere sweater? Whatever. He ain't even matching.
He said charity does not bring wealth. Come on now. 1 Corinthians 13, I need 4 and 5. And there's a point in 5.
1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 4. Charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself.
Well, that's what he damn sure doing. Vaunting himself. I gave you and I didn't get nothing. Go ahead.
Is not puffed up.
He is puffed up, but this the point, read.
Does not behave itself unseemly. Seeketh not her own.
Seeketh not what?
Not her own.
Seeketh not what?
Not her own.
So you worried about you when your brother or your sister sitting next to you in need.
Yep.
You seeking your own. That's not charity.
He's saying you giving too much money to the poor people.
Right.
Give it to me.
Yeah, not enough coming in. What's going on? I'm shouting.
You shut on my money.
Boy, ain't no way. Boy.
Run it back, man.
Yeah, wrong with you.
Go ahead.
Only the tithe does that. Matter of fact, you don't believe me? Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to preach on it.
Then it went to the Bible. That's crazy, man.
I just noticed that, Cap. Behind him, that's the dollar print. That's money print.
Damn,
Are you serious, man?
It looked like it. It looked
No,
like
don't
it.
say that. It looked like it.
It looked like it. That's wheat. I think that's wheats. Wheat in water or something.
Oh, okay. We was gonna have to find that church, man.
Spiritually, it could be tares behind it.
Yeah. That's what it looked like a little bit. It do. Yeah. Go to Tobit, man. Let's get some wisdom from Tobit, man, on giving, man. Tobit chapter 4 and verse 7. Tobit 4 and 7. Let's see what he say.
Tobit chapter 4 and verse 7. Give alms of thy substance, and when thou givest alms, let not thine eye be envious.
Let not thy eye be envious. Go ahead.
Neither turn thy face from any poor.
From any poor. Don't turn your face away from them, God says. Read.
And the face of God shall not be turned away from thee.
So what he's saying, he's going to get the face of God turned away from people because he said, if I give you this, what am I getting in return?
That's some evil.
Man, that's evil as hell, man. That's no charity. It's no loving your neighbor like you love yourself. It's none of that. It's selfish, man. Read. Go ahead, officer.
You can't even, God said you can't even let your brother borrow money with interest.
Right.
But you want something in return.
That's crazy, man.
That's exactly what he said. You only gonna get back what you got.
Yeah.
I need my interest.
That's what he wants.
Evil as
hell, man. Go ahead, keep reading.
Verse 8. If thou hast abundance, give alms accordingly. If thou have but a little, be not afraid to give according to that little.
He's making people afraid to give according to that little because they ain't going to receive nothing in return.
Right.
This is that damn teaching for hire that these pastors do where they make it seem that only tithes, sowing a seed is where you get stuff back. And people believe that stuff, man, and give they whole checks, half they damn checks, give a third of their damn savings to them so they can keep driving and being fancy and things, and then they'll go on talk shows like he did with Cam, what was that dude's name?
Newton.
Cam Newton, and say, oh, I don't take no money from the church. I got book deals. I got properties over here. I'm a businessman. I got that. He said that. But they don't never tell you how they got them book deals, how they got them properties and all that. All that stuff came from the people giving 10% they tithes, which you ain't supposed to be giving no more. Because remember, they say, we not under the law of Moses no more. But you always talking about give some damn tithes.
What's that? Rugrats. You got some explaining.
You got some explaining to do.
That's right.
And also, what does Christ say too? Christ says, he says, give and expect nothing in return.
Yeah.
Where's that at? Where's that spirit at in Christianity? That's why Christianity teaches black folk to be selfish. That's why when they leave that church, they go back to their hoods and everybody is only worried about themselves. That's why somebody down the street kill your neighbor, your mouth shut, you ain't worried about nothing.
That's why they say it's about your personal relationship.
There you go.
Yep.
That's it. And they do it. And I'm telling you, the world's full of lies. Open your eyes. They do more crazy ass zesty stuff.
Oh, man.
Here's the king of zesty in Christianity right now, man.
Yeah, he Levi.
He said, nah, don't say it. That's good all day.
I don't want to say that. I don't know what it is, but I have to preempt it with
Run to the wolf.
I love y'all.
Throw him to the wolf.
Be Benji.
Oh, no.
He might be.
Throw him to Benji.
He might be, yeah.
Judah damn show ain't claiming him.
Oh, Judah ain't claiming them?
Nope.
Oh, y'all rather them cats and dogs in?
Go ahead, play that video.
Oh, yeah, he Benji. Nah, he got on Benji pants.
Look at this.
What the hell is this poor guy
That
doing?
little ass coat.
Where you going? Where you going? Where you going?
That's zesty. Look at that. That's zesty.
His face. Yeah.
What gospel song would have you like that on stage?
Right.
Doing the James Brown and I don't know what else. And then why the tight ass jeans? Them jeans was tight.
Those are leggings.
Like
That's leggings.
yeast infection type. Kurt Franklin got a yeast infection. Got that tight shirt on underneath. It's just.
Now we got to bring out scriptures about men being modest.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
That's what the world's come to, y'all. It's not all right to dress like that, move like that as a man. No, you got to show thyself a man.
That's right.
Give me that in Maccabees. What's that? Maccabees 14. Sheesh, man. David wasn't dancing like that for the Lord. Oh, man. It's frustrating, y'all, man. Our people caught up in this, man. Him downstairs. First Maccabees 14. You know what I want?
First Maccabees chapter 14, verse 9. The ancient men sat in all the streets, communing together of good things, and the young men put on glorious and warlike apparel.
Go back to that video real quick. Let's see. Let's see if the little mini Dyke Coke.
Yeah, the halter top jacket.
The halter top. He got all the floral pant. Let's see if there's any warlike apparel. The heels, the hilly boots.
The hilly boots, yeah.
The hilly boots. Look at that. That boy got about 6-inch heel on there, don't he? His ankles can't breathe at all.
What's going on, man?
Amazing.
And look at the other dude moving his hips all in his. They in sync with their hips together.
Hold up.
Look at that.
Look, what is this? Well, come on.
Yeah, they serenade each other. He's shaped like a damn penguin.
Right.
He make out on them sketches, make sure his feet comfortable.
What the hell? What is that, man?
With his choker chain. He probably did the party. Yep.
Disgusting.
Your Christianity better be quiet, man.
Yeah, man.
Shut the hell up.
This is who represent y'all.
Bro, you can they can't say nothing about no Bible, nowhere, no time.
Hey, he was part of that crew that was trying to break down Lot, though.
Yeah,
right.
No doubt about it, man.
Amazing.
Sheesh. You got these lies too, man, and you got white lies out here too. You got black lies, you got these white lies. Now watch this. This is how God confound their ass, though. Play that next video. Look at this.
Live in the biggest house in the state of Louisiana.
Pause. Now that dude might have been raised by a black man because he sure is a white pimp. I'm gonna tell you that right now. His name Jesse something. Duplantis. That dude is a white pimp. I'm tell you that right now. Go ahead, play it.
With my tax attorneys, I have the biggest house of any preacher in America. Oh, I paid cash for the home. You want to know how big it is? It's 40,000 square foot. Oh, my. The furniture inside is worth more than the house. Christmas, I walked outside the front, just walked out, and a man slammed his brakes and, Brother Jesse! I said, hello, and he threw $5,000 over the fence. The return of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Hey, pause it. That nigga was trying to get that money washed.
That's what he was doing.
He was, what's that? What they call that, buddy, when they send it to him? Laundering that.
Yeah.
He trying to get that money washed. That's what he was doing. Wash that fuck man, crooked ass. Just,
Why?
go ahead, play that.
It's not our lack of faith. It's our lack of giving. I've had more people criticize me over that jet.
Pause it. Now watch this. Watch how God confound these wicked ass pastors that they don't read the Bible. No, they pull they do John 3:16 on scripts and they don't read it. Now look how God confound them in front of everybody. Play that.
They still can't get over it. Criticize me over my house. They didn't pay for it. I paid for it. But let me tell you why. That's water on a duck's back to me. And I'm going to give you a scripture. Be not thou afraid when one is made rich. When the glory of his house is increased.
He Googled it. Pause it. Pause. I want y'all to know he Googled that. He did not read that in the Bible. He Googled that. And here's the proof of it. Go ahead.
Verse 16.
Pause it. He said, pull that out of the Amplified Bible. I'll tell you, this is why he Googled it. Play that.
Psalms chapter 49, if you can do that. Be not thou afraid when one is made rich, when the glory of his house
look at her face.
Well, it's Amplified says it, be not afraid when an ungodly one. His house will increase and goes on, for when he dies, he will carry nothing away.
Pause it now. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right. I don't know if it's his wife or his assistant. She threw his ass under the bus at that moment. You know how she threw him under the bus? Because she said it goes on to say,
and she read faster before he could
cut off.
Yeah. There you go. That's that Deuteronomy 33.
Hey, we can play that again.
Yeah, man, play that again, man.
She read the whole scripture.
But look at this. It was only verse 16 he read, but then she said, it goes on to say she read the next verse. But go back and go back.
She was probably scammed by him.
Hey, she lived with him. So she see the evil he do.
Yeah, she see it. Go ahead. Go back and play that video again, man. A little bit of it. Halfway through.
Is increased. Well, it's amplified says it be not afraid when an ungodly one is made rich. That's true. When the wealth and glory of his house are increased, and goes on, for when he dies, he will carry nothing away. yeah, I his understand. glory will not descend.
Pause it. Now, look. He gonna try to flip it. See, see, that's talking about we're gonna go to commercial break. We'll be right back.
Right.
No, God got your ass. It's talking about an ungodly man. That's exactly what he is.
I think he went on to say, that's all right. Yeah, that's what it say. But, that don't. Then he tried to switch. He thought he was going to get a higher level.
Hey, let's go to the actual script. Let's read some more on that. Psalm 49, read 16 on down. Watch what it say.
Psalms chapter 49, verse 16. Be not thou afraid when one is made rich, when the glory of his house is increased. For when he dieth, he shall carry nothing away.
Now, I like to see the Amplified said, I know the context that God tried to say. I'm going to throw in ungodly man. Because the Amplified did that. The KJV didn't see it. Because that's why I said he Googled it. He thought it was good in there. The Amplified said, no, God said, I'm going to get your ass. Go ahead. Put it on the Spirit. Make him read that live on television on TBN. Now read verse 17 again.
For when he dieth, he shall carry nothing away. His glory shall not descend after him.
Keep reading.
Though while he lived, he blessed his soul.
Oh, look at my house. It's 40,000 square feet. I got this jet. A man threw $5,000 to me over the fence.
My furniture worth more than my house.
More than a house. Yeah, that blessed his soul, right? Read on.
And men will praise thee when thou doest well to thyself.
So that's what happens with these pastors where they teach on money. And that's the same thing that we saw with the black dude about not giving to the poor. You don't get nothing in return. That's because they do well to thyself. They ain't worried about doing well for nobody else. Keep reading.
He shall go to the generation of his fathers.
To the grave.
They shall never see light.
They ain't gonna never see Christ. You getting your glory right now upon the earth. Live it up, because you ain't gonna never see the light, which is Christ. Go ahead.
Man that is in honor and understandeth not is like the beast that perish.
And what they don't understand, that you sold your soul to Satan to get what you got.
Right.
You didn't obey God to get true riches. You obey Satan to get what you got. Now, let's go to what is the actual truth that's out here today. Give me that next article. Read that.
Indigenous Peoples Day, where African American and Native American histories meet.
Now, scroll down some. Let's see some truth. You see them? See them folks right there. Let's read that real quick, that first paragraph. Because some of our people are gad that look like that. Read that.
Indigenous Peoples Day is more than just a switch from celebrating Columbus. Overdue recognition of Native American history, culture, and contributions.
Now, look what it says about Native American history. Read that.
This day has an even deeper layer of meaning for African Americans, because if you dig into history, you'll find plenty of moments where Black and Native American stories overlap in surprising and meaningful ways.
Well, how do they overlap with each other? Read on.
From shared struggles to cultural exchanges.
Stop right there. Shared struggles, Jeremiah 50:33. It said it overlaps in shared struggles. Jeremiah 50, verse 33. We coming back to that.
Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 33. 50 and verse 33. Thus said the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah.
The children of Israel will be Native Americans. The children of Judah would be African Americans.
Were oppressed together.
We was both together. We've got shared history that overlaps. Go ahead.
And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go.
Now go back to that. Go back to that. Go back to that. Now watch this. Read the second paragraph. What is clear?
What is clear is that the relationship between African Americans and Native Americans is a long, complicated one. During the colonial era, the two groups shared only a few things.
Let's see what overlaps each other. Go ahead.
A common history of violent colonization, displacement, displacement,
slavery,
and enslavement.
That's proof that what? The Native Americans are the Israelites the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Black folk are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Because what happened? We both went into slavery on ships scattered all throughout the earth and colonialized. Read on.
One of the first people to be enslaved in America was Native Americans. And as African slavery increased and became more systematized, Native Americans were not exempt.
They went into slavery just like they brothers because we was oppressed together. Go ahead.
Many Native American tribes, in particular those living in the Southeast, adopted the habit of enslaving Africans that the Europeans introduced.
Now let's go to a book real quick before we wrap it up. Let's go to a book and let's see what the history books say. Read that.
A key into the language of America.
Now let's go into it and let's see what it says. That's the same thing right there. Now let's read some of them bullet points it got. Go down to the first.
Wise and judicious men with whom I have discoursed maintain their originals.
No, I want you to go, it says first down there.
First, others and myself have conceived some of their words to hold affinity with the Hebrew.
They talking about Native Americans. Go ahead.
Secondly, they constantly anointed their heads as the Jews did.
Damn, now see, that's the first time I ever heard that right there. Constantly anointed their heads. Go ahead.
Thirdly, they give dowries for their wives as the Jews did.
Uh-huh.
Fourthly, in which I have not so
observed.
Observed amongst other nations, as amongst the Jews in these, they constantly separate their women during the time of their monthly sickness.
That's biblical, man. Sheesh. This is the truth that we got to open our eyes to. Go ahead.
In a little house alone by themselves 4 or 5 days, and hold it an irreligious thing for either father or husband or any male to come near them.
Man, this is cold-blooded, man. This is the truth we got to open our eyes to. It's in front of us. Go ahead.
They have often asked me if it be so with women of other nations, and whether they are so separated. And for their practice, they plead nature and tradition. Yet again, I have found a greater affinity of their language with the Greek tongue. 2, as the Greeks and other nations and ourselves call the 7 stars, or Charles Wayne and the bear, so do they Mosk or Paquanawai, the bear.
You good.
Tap into it.
All right. Hey, go to that. Where you at? What you talking about? Number 3. Okay.
Number 3. They have many strange relations of one Wakik, a man that wrought great miracles amongst them and walking upon the waters.
Sound like Christ, don't it?
With some kind of broken resemblance to the Son of God.
To the Son of God. Man, that's heavy right there, man.
Didn't Deacon Nathan bring that out before then?
Yeah. I forget it was they.
They saw Christ walking on the water. He came on this side, taught them, and left.
Yup. Exactly right. Go to that other book about the history of American Indians.
History of the American Indians. James Adair.
Now, Bishop just brought this out, or Deacon Ithon as well. Go ahead.
About the book. Published in London in 1775.
Go ahead.
And printed in the United States in 1930 for the first time. This is a detailed and fascinating account of the principal tribes of the Indians of the Southeast and of their countries.
Now jump down to the second paragraph for the sake of time.
Devoting the first half.
Wait a minute, go up a little bit, go up. You see where it says this descent.
This descent, Adair writes, I shall endeavor to prove from their religious rites, civil and marital customs, their marriages, funeral ceremonies, manners, language, traditions, and a variety of particulars. Devoting the first half of his book to proving this theory, he provides no less than 23 arguments that will astonish and fascinate the reader. In their common belief in Jehovah, the Indian Yahweh, Adair says they pay no religious worship to sticks or stones.
Man, that's when we was in our right mind as a people. Finish it out.
After the manner of the old Eastern pagans.
Man, that's why it says in 2nd Esdras, we came over here to serve God, to get away from it, to start over. But what happened? They went back to their old ways that they had done when they separated back in the split. Way back to the times of Dag Solomon, they reverted back to that. But they're going to come back. This is why we bringing these truth out so they can see these, because God's word don't go out void. Now, the last thing right here, the reason why we got to open our eyes, man, pull up that next article. This is what's going down here in these last days. Pull it up. Read that for us.
AOL, U.S. to deploy about 100 troops to operate advanced anti-missile system in Israel amid heightened tensions.
Y'all see what's happening? America is sending troops over to the Middle East to defend little Shaitan. Get that in Jeremiah real quick.
It ain't just
100. Yeah. Come on, man.
Come on now, dog.
Put a couple thousands behind that.
Yeah, you already know it. Jeremiah chapter 50, and I want you to read verse 13. Why is that happening? This is what we got to open our eyes to. Go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 13. Because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited.
He's talking about Babylon. Go ahead.
But it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about.
Now look at this. Go ahead.
All ye that bend the bow.
All you armies that have, what do they call them? ICBM missiles. Now go back to that article and look at that tank or that missile defense system they got. Scroll down. There you go. Look at that. I know we see it look small on the image. That thing at least 15, 20 feet high, man. Maybe bigger than that. Now, what does it say? Verse 14 again.
Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, shoot at her.
Do what?
Shoot at her.
Shoot at her. Read on.
Spare no arrows, for she have sinned against the Lord.
There you go. That's what's happening in the last days. This place sins are on this way up to heaven, and God is telling all nations, get your bows ready, get them missiles ready, and he wants you to shoot at her. And why is it going to happen? Jump back to Jeremiah chapter 49 and read verse 20. Why is all the nations going to shoot all the arrows at Babylon the Great? Verse 20.
Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 20. Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom.
That's the white man.
And his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out.
Israel is the smallest country in the what they call Middle East right now. But they have the most firepower out of the small countries.
Right.
What's going to happen? All of them ambassadors of them of Ishmael going to come together, rally together, and let's fight against her. They're going to draw America out, and then all them arrows is coming. That's what we got to open up our eyes to, not to those damn tight pants ass wearing and these lying ass pastors talking about if you don't give to each other and unless you get something in return. Man, do away them damn lies and open up your eyes.
Right, man.
That's where we at in these last days. All right. So, hey, with that, Israel, we're going to wrap it up here on Four Corners News. All praise to the Most High, Lord's will. Same time, same place. All praise to the Most High. Cap Severus, you up.
All right, Israel, it's that time again to put your money where your mouth is and support this truth. Don't forget to sign up with the Booster Club at iuic.fundraiser@israelunite.org. Also, don't forget to help us out here down in Miami, y'all. We need it down here. Send your donations to IUIC Miami.
That's right.
All praise to the Most High, man. Lord's will, life last, man. We'll be back on with an FCN class special next week. Lord's will, life last. Make sure y'all stay tuned. Tell your mom and them. And with that, we say shalom.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today.